All right, what's going on, everyone? I'm Julian, and this is the Inside Scoop podcast. With me today, joining the studio out of Rogers Boys High School, is the Mason Jenson. Welcome in.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, super stoked to have a good conversation and learn a little bit more about you and the Rogers Boys High School team. Starting, tell me a little bit about you and what you enjoy doing besides playing hockey.
Yeah, so right now, the only sport I play is hockey. I actually used to play. I played high school golf for about 2 years, so I'm kind of still like a big golfer. So
Yeah.
I golf with my buddies quite a bit. Yeah, we get pretty competitive on the course, doing some scrambles and stuff. So
Oh yeah.
that's fun. And then I play a little Xbox with some teammates. We kind of play a little bit, so that's fun.
Okay, gamer.
Yep.
Well, do you play Chell? What kind of games do you play?
We've been playing Fortnite lately, so
Fortnite. My
yeah,
buddies just like literally 5 minutes ago. They're like, can you hop on? We're on PlayStation though, and they were like, can you hop on? And yeah, Fortnite. I do love Fortnite. Have you been into Chell? Because my buddies, we hate the past few Chells. Like ever since Chell 21, we've been not liking it.
Yeah, we used to play I used to play like Chell 23, and then like I kind of stopped there because I feel like every game's kind of the same. Like you don't really need to like buy the new one. It's kind of just a waste of money. So
yeah,
I kind of don't really play that anymore.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. And then for golf, because I'm in Albertville. I am originally from St. Paul, so I'm somewhat near you. So are you originally from Rogers then?
Yeah, I've always lived in Rogers. So
Always lived in Rogers.
Yeah.
So what course, like what's the best course up here that you guys go to?
Fox Hollow probably. We normally play Fox Hollow like literally every time we golf. So
is that in Rogers or where is that?
It's in Albertville actually, or like St. Michael, Albertville. So.
Oh gosh, I should probably know where that is then. Okay. Well, that's super cool. So a golfer and a gamer, and then
pretty much
playing plenty of hockey as well. Well,
yep.
That's awesome. Do you find much time? Maybe not right now because the season's starting, but like, do you find yourself like having some free time, or is it a lot of it's just like school and hockey?
So actually, I'm like online school right now.
Okay.
So I typically still like tend to go into school for a couple hours just to like see my friends and hang out, like see teachers and stuff or whatever. And then after that, like normally I get food or something, sometimes with the guys. And then, we get to the rink at like 1:30 to 2 every day. And then we're typically there for,
wow.
Till like 4, 5 sometimes. And then we'll normally get food after. So yeah.
Now, I've learned like, because like when I was in high school, like at least so I went to a school in St. Paul, and like they were super strict about like, oh, you got to be in here like 7:30 to 2 every day. It doesn't matter if you're an athlete. And like living up here, I've noticed like there's like a lot of people who are just out in the middle of the day. Like
No,
yeah,
there is.
like we'll sometimes my girlfriend and I, not too much anymore, but sometimes we'll go to the Chipotle in Rogers.
Yeah.
And like we're all like for lunch, and we'll always see like high schoolers there, and I'm just like are they not like, are you guys just not in school?
No, yeah, they're kind of laid back. Like a lot of people get like they do leave school for lunch, and then like a lot of people actually do get Chipotle. Like, yeah, I know buddies that do. So they're kind of laid back. They're just they're just strict on phones now. So
Really?
Yeah, phones are like a huge no now at school. So
interesting. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. The three big things in my high school were phones. I guess you couldn't wear hats or hoods. That was a big deal. And it was like you can't go out for food, or you can't even get food delivered. I don't know if people are delivering food to your school, but that was a big deal. Like if they caught you doing that, like they would take the food away, and yeah, it was a bad day.
Yeah, I know. Like teachers order food, but like most students will just leave and get food and then just come back. So
okay,
it's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's super chill. Well, moving forward now, going a little bit more into hockey, what is something you look forward to most this upcoming season, whether it's a game or, a certain player or team, you're going up against?
Yeah, I'd say just kicking off the season tomorrow against Andover. They're always like competitive and tough to play against, so that'll be good. That'll be a fun game. And then like playing at away rinks, I kind of like just wherever, like seeing the away fans. Like packed rinks is pretty fun. And then I like playing like section opponents, so I like playing Maple Grove. Playing Champlin's fun, and then Centennial's always a good test too. But yeah, I mean, Shakopee will be fun to play against this Saturday. That'll be a big game. And then also we play Hail Mary this year for the first time I think,
Oh, cool.
ever. So that'll be fun.
Oh, I didn't know they were on your schedule. They've got
Yeah,
a
we
good
play
team.
them. Yeah, they're gonna be really good. So we'll play them towards the end of the season. So that'll be fun.
See, now this is I haven't paid attention to your guys' schedule too much. I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he was like, "Yeah, like Roger's schedule is kind of like a cakewalk this year." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, you guys got Shakopee and Andover, and then now I'm hearing, Hill Murray.
Yeah, we got
Um,
like Moorhead. I mean, yeah, it's
more.
it's gonna be
You
tough.
you guys
So.
have a really tough non-conference schedule.
No, yeah, like our conference is like a little weak because like we got like Anoka and
Yeah.
like them or whatever. But and then when like we have a non-conference game, we're playing like top 10 teams in the state.
Well,
So
it's got to
yeah,
get you going for state. We'll have
yeah,
to get into that a little bit later, but well, I think you're gonna be well prepared, at least
yeah,
come section time for sure.
yeah,
Um, so now I'm curious, do you have a personal goal for yourself? I could get into like a team goal, but I feel like the big goal is just making it to the X.
yeah.
But for yourself, like, is there a number of points you're looking to get, or just whatever type of goal you have for yourself this season?
I mean, yeah, personally, like there's always like individual goals, but like overall, I kind of just want to like become more of like a 200-foot player. Like I'm playing center right now, so just learning how to play center because this is gonna be my first time. So
Oh, okay. Were you a wing
yeah,
previously?
I've been
Okay.
playing wing for the past couple of years. So just
Okay.
yeah, like overall learning D zone more, like learn more, yeah, just in the D
Mm-hmm.
zone, and then playing penalty kill, like learning that new stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then also like individual goal. I mean, like I want to try and win Mr. Hockey. That's a big goal of mine.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
yeah. I saw I was reading like the breakdown magazine they do for like boys hockey, and I think they do a tremendous job covering like every team in the state. Some more than others, but I did notice that little bullet point under your name, Mr. Hockey preseason watch. I mean, I know I didn't have this prepared for you, but I'm curious because I had a buddy when I was in college a couple years ago, and he played baseball, and he was like preseason. I think it was like conference freshman of the year. And I was like, oh, like congrats. Like I didn't know, you were this good. And he's like, yeah, but it's like it's kind of hard to, it's like you really can't go up from there. It's like, the standards are set so high. And he's like, you can kind of only go down. I'm curious your thoughts on like, I get that's a goal, but having that label already for the preseason, like how are you going to try and make sure you either achieve that goal or you still finish close in the race, come the end of
yeah.
the season.
I mean, yeah, no, it's a huge honor to have that label or whatever. Not like yeah, it's just a big honor, but I mean, I got to hold myself to that standard. Every day, whether it's in practice or the weight room, and like just yeah, get better every day because at
Hmm.
the when that list or whatever does come out, like yeah, I do want to see my name on that list.
Yeah.
So just holding myself to that standard like every day is just a huge thing because
Hmm.
I'll feel some pressure. So, but I
Hmm.
mean, pressure's good. I mean, yeah,
Okay, you like the pressure.
yeah,
I always think like if I was an athlete, like I would kind of fold under pressure because I mean you're getting pressure from. I mean, imagine like your parent or parents, friends, family, maybe a girlfriend, coaches, the fans, media. I mean, I think is it like how do you juggle all that pressure just from coming at you from so many different ways?
I mean, yeah, I kind of like. There's a new saying that I heard like having pressure is a privilege, and like I've been trying to like live by that. I guess like
Mm,
it is an honor to have privilege. I mean, like it means you're doing something right. So
yeah. Okay.
yeah,
I like that saying. That's awesome. That's good for you,
yeah.
man. Um, Well, now I want to jump into a little bit of your college commitment. So you are committed to Ohio State. I imagine you're going to play juniors. I'm guessing right before. Or are you going to be that cool and jump right into college?
No, I'll play juniors next year. So
Okay, you'll be in
yeah,
juniors. So what made you choose Ohio State to commit? Compared to the other schools, because Minnesota, there's so many Division I schools here.
yeah.
What made you choose, the Buckeyes over like the Gophers or, the Bulldogs? Or I'm a little biased here at the St. Thomas Tommies. That's where I went. Um, so like why, you chose the Buckeyes?
I mean, yeah, starting off when you first get the phone calls January 1st,
Hmm.
I think I had some, like St. Cloud State called me and Wisconsin. So, like, that was good to, like, kind of like feel out, like, what it felt like to get, like, talks with Division I teams, so that was cool.
Yeah.
And then, I finished the high school season, and then, there's high performance, which there's a lot of colleges there, and then there's USHL main camps.
Mm-hmm.
So then, like, yeah, I did really well in 54s, and then I ended up making the national camp. So, and then then I went to my USHL main camp, and then after that, like, some more teams kind of reached out, like more Big Ten teams. That's when I believe Ohio State reached out to me, so that was cool. And then I went to New York national camp. I did pretty well there. So
Mm-hmm.
after that, like, you kind of like know which teams like really want you, and like they'll start asking you to come like visit their schools. Well, that's in October or August. So like, yeah, once August hit, two teams asked me to come visit, and Ohio State being one of them. So I was really excited and just like off the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Taking like my first Division I visit, or well, Ohio State was actually my second. So I visited Colorado early August, and then kind of got a feel of like the NCHC, which I was like
Oh, yeah.
kind of new with. I was always familiar with the Big Ten and like schools like
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota or whatever, Wisconsin. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I took my visit to Colorado. I liked it. It was a super cool facility.
This Colorado College or is this
Yeah,
Denver?
yeah, Colorado College.
Colorado
Yep.
College. Okay.
Yeah. And then yeah, kind of got a feel for that, the NCHC, and just that different conference that I didn't know much about. And then I took my visit to Ohio State, and I just loved it. Like the big campus, the Big Ten.
Yeah.
It's just I've always wanted to play in the Big Ten, so it was like kind of like a no brainer. Like I would love to play here. So
Yeah. I've never made my way down to Ohio State, but I've heard like it's an awesome school. Oh,
yeah, it's a huge school. So like they got the football, they got all the sports. So
oh yeah,
yeah,
one of the best sports schools in America. Absolutely. Disclaimer: that's my puppy whining. So sorry if you hear that. There's nothing weird going on. I might end up freaking holding him because he does not like to be in his crate.
That's all right.
But just so you know, I think Ohio State is, a really cool place to play, and I think it's important. They're one of the first schools to reach out to you.
Yeah.
And, take your official visit there, so that matters for sure. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, now I want to jump back to high school a little bit. So I know you guys. How do I put this? I'm all about positivity. There's some people in media like who can just be negative sometimes, or just trying to, get you to say something negative for views. Like I'm not trying to be like that guy, by the way, but because you played at Rogers just throughout high school, right? Like you haven't been at any other program.
No, yeah, only Rogers.
Only Rogers. So I know, you guys have had a pretty, good team, high expectations the past couple of seasons, and sections maybe have not worked out exactly, how you've wanted them to. And kind of for, your last big season as a senior, I know you guys got a lot of really good players this year again. How are you going to get over the Section 5A AA hump? Because I know you guys are probably going to enter as favorites again. So how are you going to make sure that you punch your way to the state tournament and the X later in February?
Us seniors now, we got our hearts broken sophomore year. We lost in the section final. So like, yeah, it was tough. But like then coming into last year, junior year, like we knew what it took. But we lost in the semifinals, which was just horrible. It was a bad taste. So I think overall, just we're all like hungrier than ever this year. Honestly, like we want it more than ever. Our off season for everybody was incredible. Like everybody's like looking really good. Like top 9, all of our decor is really good this year. Good goaltending. So I think we're deeper than ever this year. Honestly, we kind of have like a feel for what it's going to take. Losing last year in the semifinals, like we're not going to forget how that felt. So going into like sections this year, like we're going to be hungrier than ever. So
I think that's a good mentality to have for sure. I actually had the honor to broadcast that game against Centennial in the semifinals last year, and I'm not a big bias guy, but I was like, well, like, because my girlfriend was originally living in Rogers at the time, and I was like, I was a little biased for Rogers, and I was like, well, I think they should win, and I know it didn't, didn't go how you planned it to. But yeah, I think if you just have a mentality of you're hungry and you want to win,
Yeah.
then you know what it takes. Because I definitely think Rogers is going to be one of the favorites in AA this year. So
Yeah.
So I'm curious now. Speaking of games, what does a game day for the Royals look like? Whether it's at home at the activity center, or if you're going on a nice little road trip.
I mean, yeah. So typically, home games we'll dress up in to school in suits normally, so that's pretty fun. Yeah, and then normally, I mean, most guys just go home, take their nap or whatever, and then I know tomorrow we kind of leave a little bit earlier. Like the game's at 7, so I think the bus is leaving at about 3:15. So we gotta ride with JV tomorrow, so we'll get there pretty early. But yeah, and then I mean we get Jimmy John's on the way there, so that's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but like for a home game, yeah, we get to the rink at about 5. Me personally, I'll take a nap about 3 o'clock. So I'll go to school from like 9 to 12, I'd say, and then I'll take a nap at about 3. Um, and then yeah, I mean I'll just wake up, head to the rink, get there by 5, and then our parents actually we have a kind of like a dinner pregame meal up top, like up top in our rink, so that's really nice. And then we kind of just watch JV and then like just get prepared, and then yeah.
Is like the little area, is it up top, kind of like where like the concourse is? I was only been to the activity center once. But is it kind of like, I don't know how to describe it? Like when you kind of enter the activity center, then you just go up one more level, right? But not in the rink. Is that where you guys usually
Yeah,
hang
not in
out?
the rink. You just go up the stairs one level, and then it's just like a glass room,
Mm-hmm.
like an activity room, I'd say. So yeah, and then you just have tons of food options out. So it's super nice.
Okay, I guess that leads into one of my questions. Like, what is the pregame meal for you guys? I mean, I know you said Jimmy John's is one. I
Yeah.
mean, like, do people like make food? Or are you guys catering anything?
I mean, yeah, me personally, like I like to have my mom make me like a PB&J before I leave.
Oh,
So those are always
classic. Yep.
good. And then yeah, and then we get to the rink, and normally our parents take turns like preparing food and bringing it there. So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
normally it's last year we had chicken and rice one time, or like pulled pork sandwiches or pulled chicken sandwiches. So those are always
okay.
good. And then yeah, we'll have lots of fruit. So
Okay. But
veggies, just
I've noticed the common trend's always like pretty light stuff. You don't want
yeah,
to
yeah,
you don't
it
want to
always is.
stuff yourself.
Yeah.
And then like let's just say you guys pick up a big win. Like okay, tomorrow night you guys take on Andover, and let's just say you pick up a win there. I mean, like, are you guys gonna go like? I don't know how many places are gonna be open for like a team dinner, but like do you do anything like post game wise to kind of celebrate?
I mean, yeah, we'll hang out in the locker room for quite a bit, probably play some music, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
chilling there. So, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Like normally it'd be nice to not have game Saturday, but like we'll say if there wasn't a game Saturday, like normally we go get food at like we'll say like Taco Bell or McDonald's, and then we'll go eat there. Some team
Oh,
bonding, so that's
oh,
fun.
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I we just actually had some Taco Bell for dinner. That shit's gas. I
yeah, it
part of
is.
part of my language. I fucking love that shit. Yeah, yeah. Taco Bell is gas. What's what do you get for Taco Bell?
Normally I just get like a chicken quesadilla with some soft shell tacos, and then I'll get
Oh,
like a
okay.
Baja Blast. So
All the Baja Blast. Okay, okay.
yeah,
I see. So I'm weird. So I don't eat cheese, which cheese is on everything at Taco
yeah,
Bell. But I usually get like these beef burritos and then just have them put no cheese. But
yeah,
that's always the go-to order for me.
yeah.
Um,
Everything at Taco Bell is pretty good. So
yeah, I do love Taco Bell, especially I'm 24, so I can say this, but after a night of fun, Taco Bell is amazing.
yeah,
Um, anyway, well that's good for the food segment there.
yeah,
Um, okay, let's have some fun now. So give me, I don't know if you've spent time thinking about this, but give me your Minnesota high school just top line for everything. So 3 forwards, 2D, and 1 goalie. You can include yourself on this list. Like if you just had to rock with one whole line, to do or die. What's for current high school players in Minnesota?
yeah. I mean, I'd throw the Rogers boys in there, but for this one I won't. So
Yeah,
I'll switch it up a little bit.
yeah.
I played with Cooper Simpson quite a bit, so he's
Oh,
a
from
he's a really good
Shakopee.
player. So he's got a really good shot. So I'd throw him on the line, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw a righty on there. So we'll say I'll throw myself in there too. So we'll say I'm playing center, and
Okay.
then for like a right wing, mm, I would like to say Ashton Schultz, but he's not coming back. So
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
yeah, we'll say Brent Solomon. He's a really good goal scorer. So
Yeah.
we'll throw him some love.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then for defense,
You can include a teammate. I mean, I guess I kind of want to say like a disclaimer, like I get like you're gonna put your team, your top line for Rogers first, but for the media, for the content aspect of it. But if you want to include one of your top D guys, I'll let you do that.
yeah, I mean, I'll say Nolan Gerties. So
Okay.
yeah, he's a stud. He produces a lot of offense too. So he's just
Okay.
overall a really good player to play with. So I'll throw him on there. And then for another defenseman, we'll say uh we'll go. We played against Moorhead this summer, and Mickelson is his last name. He was a really good player.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean, there's also Hill Murray's got good defensemen too. Jimmy Dodig's good. But we'll say Graham Greeter from Hill Murray. I think he's pretty good. He's
Okay.
got skill. He's a good skater, pretty good
Yeah.
size. So we'll
Okay.
say him.
And then for your goalie.
Oh yeah, goalie. I mean, I'd hate to say it because he's in our section, but I mean, Easton Cody's pretty dang good.
I
So
was I was about to say when you said you from your section, I was like, oh, he's gonna say Easton Cody.
yeah, I mean, he gave us some trouble last year. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'd like for him. Like, it'd be nice to play with him maybe because he's
Yeah.
he's a stud. So
He'd be a guy you want on your team. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
That's a good top line. That especially the forwards. That would be for sure the best line in the state of Minnesota. Absolutely, I love it. That's a good line.
yeah.
Um, okay, well, do you have any? I don't know about college, but maybe like NHL players that like you idolize, or maybe like you try to imitate or their game a little bit, or play like them, like their style in some ways.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the past couple of years, like I've really liked watching Jack Hughes just because
Oh yeah.
he's kind of like an undersized forward. I mean, he plays with so much skill and speed. Like I try to like play like him, I'd say. I mean, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's just so fun to watch. And he's always producing offense and making like unreal plays. And then like I've also been watching a lot of Gabe Perreault from Boston College. I mean, I
Oh
watched your game
yeah.
last night and he's just so skilled. It's unbelievable. So just I could like kind of watch a lot of people. I mean, like McDavid, Matthews, and like just
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like watch certain parts of the game and just try to add it to mine. I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those guys are unbelievable.
Yeah,
McDavid is one of the best players of. Oh, here's some echo. One of the best players,
yeah,
in the game, and he's going to go down as, I think, one of the best of all time. I
yeah,
mean, he was the fourth fastest to hit 1,000 points, right? Just
yeah. I
recently.
seen that. Yeah,
Yeah. He's incredible. Austin Matthews as well. I mean, just an incredible goal
yeah,
scorer. Jack Hughes. I mean, yeah, I don't know as much about him, but I know he was the number one overall pick just a few years ago, and
yeah,
he's had a really good career so far in New
yeah.
Jersey. Okay, well, a couple more questions for you, my man. Just about hockey practice. And maybe your coach is going to be watching. So maybe you don't want to be too harsh. But what's your favorite thing, and then like your least favorite thing about practice?
I mean, yeah. Favorite thing, I like working on the power play because
Oh
it's
yeah.
just kind of laid back. Just making skilled plays and trying to
Mhm.
score. So I like working on that. But
Mhm.
otherwise, like 3-on-3 games are fun. Cross
Mhm.
ice 3-on-3. We play some like 4-on-3 games,
Mhm.
full ice. Those are fun. We also have a drill called OSU 4-on-4, so that is super fun.
Mhm.
A lot of offense in that. So, but least favorite, I mean, we do this Leafs one-on-one drill that I just dislike. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, the coaches will chip a puck in the corner, and then it's like a race for the puck, and then you got
Oh,
to
okay.
pass it back to the coach and go around the tire or whatever. So, not a huge fan of
Yeah.
that. So,
I can see that's not as fun, and especially
yeah,
all those other drills you're
yeah,
doing where you get to get a lot of offense. I get those are going to be a
yeah,
little bit more fun to do.
yeah,
Um, I get it. Well, that's super cool, man.
Yeah.
I've got one more question for you, and I don't want to call out, your parent or parents. Maybe they fall into this category, but in our little like live barn Minnesota hockey TV chat, we talk about the Rubes, which are like the hockey moms and dads. And I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but the parents who just really get into it. I'm just curious, like, what your thoughts are on them, like, if they're screaming at you. I know, like, if you're in the middle of a game, you might not be hearing what they're saying or paying attention, but what's your opinion on them?
Like, are you talking about like parents who like scream at their kid to like move their feet or something?
Yeah, like that, or the parents who are screaming at the refs.
Yeah, yeah,
Like where, they might be into it a little bit more than you are.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like especially at like a young age, like if you hear like parents screaming at their kids, like it's probably not going to do anything. I mean, you're just sounding
Mm-hmm.
crazy, and it's pretty dumb. So,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, parents should not be screaming at their young kids from the bleachers or whatever. I mean, it's just not going to
yeah,
do anything. And then like yeah, like I understand sometimes when parents will like scream at the ref or whatever if it's a bad call, but like
yeah,
I mean their job's hard enough, so like I mean just and then sometimes like if you yell at them like well sometimes even like maybe give your team a penalty for just like
oh yeah.
unnecessary just screaming and swearing at the refs, which is pretty dumb.
Have you ever experienced that?
Not from like the like parents yelling, but like when when your coach will yell or whatever, and then
Oh
players will
yeah,
start yelling and you'll get penalties. So
yeah,
I mean, I understand it sometimes if like it's just a horrible call, but like sometimes you
yeah,
just gotta let the refs, do their job and just
yeah,
lay low a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah,
I always try to respect the refs just because it's you guys wouldn't be able to play without them.
yeah,
And I mean, also to like from the parents, right? Like you're up in the bleachers, you get a little bit of a better view. Like I think it's crazy because like when like in broadcasting, I'm center ice, I'm up above a little bit, like I've got a amazing view. But I've called some basketball games down in Edina where you're like on the court, so
yeah,
like you're the same level as the players, and I'm like, oh, like this is completely different, and this is where the refs, this is how they view the game.
yeah.
And I could see how, you miss some calls, and I think it can be frustrating if, you don't get a call or if they make a bad call against you. Um, but I was just curious your thoughts because sometimes the parents, they be getting into it a little bit, and
Yeah, it
I
just
think it's kind of funny.
I mean, yeah, it can be. Yeah, it definitely can be funny, but I mean, yeah, I understand the refs will get frustrated and just get sick of it, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
How about opposing student sections? I just kind of thought about this now because didn't they pass a rule where like I don't know if this is in sections or if this is just in state, but where like you can't celebrate in
yeah.
front of your opposing students. So is this in general or is that only a state tournament rule?
I think it's just an overall high school rule. So I know a couple years ago, like if you scored, you could just go straight to the other team's student
Yeah,
section, which is pretty sick. You can like quiet them down or
I'm
whatever,
a
do a celly to
yeah
them.
yeah.
So
I'm that type of guy. Like if I scored,
yeah,
I mean I don't know if I go out my like if, I don't know if I go out my way to Selly in front of another opposing student section, but like if they're on the side of where the goal is, I'm definitely doing that. Like,
no,
so
yeah,
I think it's a little upset. I'm mad that they passed that personally because I think that's just kind of funny.
no, yeah,
At least
and
gets
like
them to shut up.
yeah, scoring a goal right in front of their student section and just going to them would be so fun. But like, it definitely crosses people's minds. But like, then like at the end of the day, like you're just gonna get like I think it's like a 10-minute penalty, so it's
Oh,
kind of
seriously?
crazy. Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
so soft.
yeah. It
It's
is. I know.
ridiculous. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm. I mean, do you? I know you really can't celebrate. I mean, like, do you like the like when they're chanting against you? Like, does like do you feed off that energy at all?
Like just if they chant to me like personally or
Not
what?
necessarily. I mean, maybe if they, I don't know
Just
if
like at
you've
our
ever
team.
experienced that, but yeah, just at the team in general.
No, yeah, I kind of like it. I mean, it'll get the boys going, and we'll get pissed off. So,
Yeah,
I mean, if they wanna like chant at us, we'll feed off it. So, I mean, they can go ahead and do that. So,
yeah. I'm the same way. I think if I was on the ice or playing whatever sport, I would totally be feeding off that energy
yeah,
and loving that and getting
yeah,
more pissed off and trying to score even more. So,
yeah,
well, we love it. Well, that's all I got for you, man. A special thanks to you and the coaches and your teammates. Good luck to Rogers this year. Hope you have a good season.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you for having me on here. It's super fun. So
yeah, sounds good. All right. Well,
appreciate it.